Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another episode of Agufish. Let's get straight to your questions. If Gibson goes bankrupt, will that make the prices of existing Gibsons go down? What do you think will happen to Epiphone? Oh, more juicy Gibson drama. So the company is in the news again concerning their financial situation after an article from the Nashville Post blew up over the weekend. This isn't the first time we've talked about the Gibson situation and my opinions on the issues. I have a 10-minute video editorial up. I'm not going to repeat everything I said in that video. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description. But what's different this time is it's not just Reverb and Gear News or other industry-centric sources. Mainstream media has picked this up. CNBC, Variety, Yahoo Finance, the local AJC, outlets that you wouldn't expect to cover guitar news are talking about Gibson nearing bankruptcy. Even my mother sent me an article about this. SparkNote's version of what's being said: come August, Gibson will be $500 million in debt and restructure is imminent. An important quote in the article from a senior credit officer at Moody's Investor Service says that the core business is a stable business and a sustainable one. In fact, Gibson Brands has an annual revenue of over $1 billion, so they're not going to stop making guitars even in the event of declaring bankruptcy. But whether that potential restructure leads to the 2019 guitars being cheaper, I mean, who knows? I guess it depends on who's in charge. According to the article, if Gibson declares bankruptcy, there will be a leadership change. But if I had to guess, I don't think so. I wouldn't. At least not all of them. $3,000 for a standard is a bit nuts. Gibson's strength, no matter who the owner is, lies in its legacy as an iconic premium American guitar brand. And in response to the Nashville Post report, Gibson actually responded with a statement. To paraphrase, the CEO says that they're refinancing and improving operating performance, and that they expect the best financial results that the company has ever seen in its history within a year. He also said that both the musical instrument and pro audio businesses are profitable and that they're going to continue to streamline the Philips consumer audio product lineup. Now, my hope though, as a guitar guy, is that they're taking a serious look at streamlining the Gibson guitar lineup as well. The great thing about Gibson's annual product release strategy is that there's the opportunity to basically reinvent itself every year. We've seen it done with the controversial 2015 models and then a complete reversal in 2016. Gibson says its guitar division is doing well now, but I have to wonder how much of that is Epiphone. So forget the budget stuff. For everything under $1,000, Epiphone can handle it. I think a slimmed down lineup with a focus on premium level quality in that $1,300 to $2,000 price range, like what ESP does with their Japanese made E2 brand, would kill it. Now I hope that's the route they take instead of trying to push lower cost guitars, because Gibson has not been great at making the more affordable guitars. And it's not entirely their fault. It's hard to make a competitive product with consistently high quality standards at an affordable price in the United States. So I hope the future focus for Gibson guitars is high quality at premium but reasonable prices, but we'll see. As for Epiphone, I don't think we'll see much difference. They sell well, there's a really decent profit margin. I think with the recent price increases, they're about as expensive as Gibson can get away with charging for them. And I guess related to this, so many people have asked me what I think of the new 70s Shaggin' Wagon inspired Les Paul customs. I have nothing new to say about these than what I've said about the Neon Modern Access and Blackout models. I like the bold, solid colors. Other people think they're ugly, I think they're cool. But I think there should be Epiphone versions. $899 with a hard case, like a high-end Epiphone 70s tribute Les Paul custom with volute and everything. I don't exactly understand this trend of Gibsons that look like workhorses but have custom shop price tags. Like, look at the Les Paul Scorpion. That is a custom shop model. I love Epiphone, but they can't make something as nice as that. But what do you think about all the Gibson news over the last week or so? Worried? Think it's blown out of proportion? I'll leave links to the Nashville Post article and the Gibson PR response for you to read yourself, and let me know your take in the comments. You should hit up Rondo Music, see if you can review some of the new Agile guitars they make. They're really affordable and your subscribers can pick one up. Yeah, so Agile is a brand that gets requested a lot. They have a reputation for producing great guitars at really affordable prices. Agile was one of the first genuine big brand alternatives that I heard about years ago. I've never personally played one, but they're supposed to punch way above their weight, so to speak. I'm a single cut dude, so you guys have been telling me to check out the AL3200 MCC. I took a look on the website. I really like the one in Ocean Burst. I think that's a phenomenal finish. It's $500, neck through construction, mahogany body with a 3/4 inch maple cap, 5-piece maple walnut neck, ebony fingerboard with a compound 12-inch to 16-inch radius, Graphtec tusk nut, and hardware. I mean, the thing is pretty decked out for a $500 guitar. Then while I was there, I also noticed they have a 10-string fan fret guitar. It looks pretty disgusting and so much fun. Or like, disgustingly fun. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It looks like a completely different instrument. I have no idea what playing one of those would be like, but I want to find out. So I did reach out to Agile back in December, and actually someone quite high up at the company responded. They said a collaboration for YouTube looked interesting, but it was in the middle of their busy season and they would get back to me. Well, they never did. I sent 3 follow-up emails over the last couple of months. No response. Not a no, we're no longer interested, or we took a closer look at the content and decided that it doesn't align with our marketing goals. Nothing. Now, I'm not trying to like publicly shame Rondo and Agile or call them out or whatever. I know they're busy and they do well with or without YouTube, but the reason I wanted to address this is because Agile is one of the most requested brands in comments and Facebook messages. You guys make it very clear almost every day that you want to see Agile content. And I don't want it to seem like I don't listen to your comments. I do. I try and read at least most of the comments, even the really stupid and abusive ones. But I just get like over 100 comments a day, so it's hard to respond to everything. Anyways, this ghosting is something that actually happens a lot, and it's kind of what I was talking about last week. Brands like to see audience numbers, and 24,000 subscribers isn't a lot compared to other channels, so sometimes it's pretty difficult to convince them to send things here, or even get them to respond to an email. So if you want to help make my job easier, there are links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram in the first comment and in the description. Do me a favor and like/follow all of them. It's quick, free. I post behind the scenes stuff and sneak previews about what's coming next, so you should follow those anyways. And if I can show an engaged audience over multiple social media platforms, it's just a good selling point that makes it less difficult to get the gear on here that you guys want to see. Especially Twitter, 800 and something followers. Come on guys, Twitter needs help. Back to Agile, if they do respond, I would love to check out a guitar and make a video. But if I'm being honest and transparent about the situation, right now it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen, unfortunately. May I suggest the Iron Label Multiscale Ibanez with Fishmans for an upcoming video? Hashtag one more try. Yeah, I actually posted about this guitar on Twitter. So the guitar in question is the Ibanez RGDIM6FM. Truly an imaginative name. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I don't really like Ibanez guitars. I understand what makes them appealing to other people. They've just never really been my thing. I don't really like pointy guitars with flat fingerboard radii. But this RGD6FM or whatever it was I said earlier, even I have to admit it looks really cool. It's a multi-scale 6-string. The finish is gorgeous. It's got a mahogany body and a beveled ash top, ebony fingerboard, 3-piece maple and purple heart neck with a satin finish, and a pair of Fishman Fluence modern ceramic humbuckers. And the price for this thing, it's listed on Guitar Center and Sweetwater at $999.99. On paper, that is a lot of guitar for $1,000. So here's the thing, I've heard mixed reviews about the Iron Label guitars, specifically the QC. I've only made one Ibanez video, and that was for the Indonesian-made Jake Bowen JBM27. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the cards and in the description. Spoiler alert, there were some major quality control issues. And a quick update to that actually, for those of you that have seen it, after the video, I sent the guitar back to Sam Ash, and they were not impressed. They did their own thorough inspection and found a serious manufacturer defect when they removed the trem. They found that the trem route for the top and the back of the body didn't line up, so the trem actually sat too far forward. Ibanez also hadn't removed the springs before adjusting the height, so the trem blades were really ground down. Basically, that thing should have never been allowed to leave the factory. I've done videos on now, I think almost 50 guitars ranging from $200 to $3,000, and while some of the setups haven't been too great, this is the first one that came completely unplayable out of the box. Like, because of a manufacturer defect, the trem had to be locked down in order for it to be playable. It was pretty annoying. I had a riff in my head for it, and the damn thing fought me every step of the way. But back to this Ibanez RF MI6 thing, the only user video I've seen on YouTube of it didn't have the pickups grounded. I mean, come on, for an $1,000 guitar, and this is one of the first ones available to the public, what are you doing, Ibanez? I want to like this guitar, but that is not a good sign. So I'm down to do another Ibanez video. I'm just not sure about the non-Japanese ones. To be perfectly frank, it takes about 20-ish hours to make a video. I really don't want to spend even more time going through 2 or 3 just to find a good one. So I want to hear from the people who have played iron labels. What are your experiences with them? How's the QC? Is it worth taking a chance on one of them? Leave your stories in the comments and let me know if you want to see a video of this one in the poll. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Ask-A-Fish. Let me know your thoughts on anything discussed in the comments. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications by clicking the little bell, do all that YouTube stuff. As always, thanks so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.